Hi everybody, this is Ryan again, and I'm back for another video. This time I'm going to talk to you about module number 2. Module number 2 deals with federal and state data dashboards. There's a number of them out there. Many states, including Kansas, has a data central housed at our Kansas State Department of Education website. Many other states have that as well. So today you're going to take a look at that one, and you also look at a few federal ones too. If you're not from Kansas, hopefully your state has one. If they don't, then let me know and we'll go over a few things and help you to maybe figure out what you can do to do this assignment. But don't stress about it, we'll figure out something. So again, I'm back at the course website. We're going to blow it up. So this way allow you to print it off. Okay, so first off, go through the standard. Take a look at the rationale. I have a number of resources for you to go through, some of them from Kansas. So I have one from KSDE, I have one from KDHE, I have one from the Census Bureau, DQC, and then there's 5 essential questions starting school improvement rights. So take a look at those 5. Your process, what you're going to do is you're going to use the dashboards and research your community, school or district. Either one, I don't care. It comes down to being able to look at something that you're connected to. And you're also going to be able to find 2 other schools or districts or communities that are similar to yours, and you're going to learn about them. Find ways they're different and find ways they're similar. Because it's always good to know who you are, but it's also you also know who you're like and who you want to be like. And there might be districts that you think you're like, but once you dig into their data, you're going to find out that you're not quite very similar. So once you've examined the data, you're going to reflect on what you learned, and you're going to think about how to interpret it and some implications. And I put together a data protocol. One of the things you're going to see in this course is I'm going to give you a lot of different data protocols and templates that I've used and developed or modified from other sources. So right here is the first one, and it's called a here's what, so what, now what data discussion protocol. And we've used this a lot in Emporia to look at several data sets. What it really does, and I'm going to go ahead and pop it open. What you do is you click on it, and it'll open up, and it'll ask you to make a copy. Yeah, go ahead and make a copy of it, and then it'll actually give you a clean template to work with. But what it really asks you to do is it asks you to look at the data. What's it saying? What's a factual statement? So I give you some examples here. I did a lot of research and work with birth rates in Emporia to figure out why our kindergarten numbers are decreasing. Well, it's because our birth rates are decreasing. So we actually went through this with our principals, and we worked on this, and we learned a lot. So the here what, I did a fact, and I said that birth rates are decreasing. So then you do, the next piece is so what? Well, that's an interpretation of the data. So one interpretation might be is we have less babies being born in Lyon County. Another interpretation might be Lyon County has a birth rate that's lower than the state. And then based on that, the interpretations, then you go on to, okay, now what's a prediction, implication, or question for further study? So I said, okay, our school system will need to adapt to dropping enrollment. Okay. We need to consider class size, and we need to develop strategies to help deal with a decrease in funding. So those are some different things. So those are some implications or some predictions based on the data. So what you're going to do is you're going to use this type of a model to then work on your data. So you're going to do 3 of them. Your school, you're going to pick out one piece of data, another school, and then another school. So you'll have a comparison. So you'll go through and run this. And then the sources, make sure you put your sources. And one thing I didn't mention in the last module is ADA. I'm sorry, not ADA. APA. We need to make sure that whenever we are doing things that we are citing our sources, and we need to use APA to do that. I'll put a little note in the announcements in a couple of days about APA and formatting. Please make sure you're doing that. And another piece is the citing. Make sure you're using the correct inline citing for APA, your sources. Make sure you use the reference page to have all the sources listed that you used in your assignment. So APA is a big deal. We need to make sure we're citing our sources. So after you do all this work, you're going to do a discussion, a reflection, and a comparison. And then any additional data that you find that you're going to need to look at later on. So if we go back to the module, let's walk through this. So you're going to do this. Number 3, that's your template. Here's how to name it. I'll give you some examples of how we've used it in Emporia. You're going to create your post and design a short description to connect the facts you discovered, the interpretations you made, and the implications you made about your community, district, or school with the other schools. You're going to provide a link to your completed protocol. You're also going to identify and provide justification for 3 additional pieces of information that you might need. Something that you were interested in that you couldn't find. You're going to need to list those out and actually provide justification. Just don't write them out like in a sentence and then a little bit. Make sure you discuss it. Why do you need it? And then you're going to do your standard pieces. And I do want to point out that right now it says that it's 50 points, but it's actually going to be 60 points moving forward because we've actually included APA in the grading now. So that is your module number 2. It's using a protocol to learn about your district as compared to some other districts. And you only really need to pick one piece of data about it. I wouldn't go crazy and pick tons. So you can pick 1 or 2 pieces to maybe look at and compare. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm here for you. Just reach out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.